week with Fairly Awesome Podcast. I'm sitting here with Chris, hello, Josh,
yo,
Ryan,
hello,
and we just got some horrible news. Guys. Facebook.
It's infectious.
Yeah, actually.
No.
Wait, yeah, you might want to get out of here now.
Facebook closed?
No.
Terrible.
That would have been good news, Josh.
No, that'd be
Good
terrible.
news. Actually, Facebook purchased the Oculus Rift.
Get the fuck out.
What do you think of that, Josh?
What?
How does that make you feel?
Why?
Quivering lips, apparently.
Why?
Yes.
No!
Oh my God.
So, no. It's not true. Not true.
yeah, dude.
All right.
It's actually true.
$2 billion, $400 million in cash,
Mm-hmm.
$1.6 billion in Facebook shares.
Yes. So John Carmack now has more shares in Facebook probably than God. Than God.
Okay, so is this okay? Massive backlash here from
Good.
from most
General,
outlets.
Yeah.
general consensus.
Okay,
around that
I'll
is-
stop. I
I think that
Very
really
mu-
says it all.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my feelings of the whole thing. Look, Facebook trying to be Google is hilarious because I don't think it works.
Well-
I don't see any of their visions of like what they do with things.
Mhm.
They're tinkerers. And Google is like beta guys. They're like, hey, we'll put out this software and it's great, but it's missing like these key features. Well, Facebook will put out all these features and then tinker with them and continue to tinker with them and play with them and manipulate them. And then all of a sudden you're like, why do I not know where this is? I can't figure out stuff. They'll go in and they'll play with the GUI of Facebook. Like every week it seemed like it changed like
Yeah.
a couple of years ago. And you're just like, stop! I knew where this was!
Yeah.
Stop moving it!
I feel the same way about Office. You know, with the fucking ribbon. I knew where everything
Everything
was.
was-
Oh yeah. That jewel where they love to like
They did that
change
with
the alt.
2007
Yes.
Office,
Yeah.
and they put the doc X, and you had to have 7
Yeah.
before you could, because you couldn't access anything.
Yeah.
With,
Anyway,
Why?
super tangent here,
Yeah,
but yeah,
but still.
I get what you're saying. They fuck with
It's-
everything.
it's
The,
terrible.
the other weird thing about this, unless you got more on this.
No. Well, I mean, other than rage.
I mean, yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay.
So the other weird thing about this is, on your note, if they wanted to be a Google,
Okay.
why haven't they done anything on their own yet? And this just becomes an acquisition
Yep.
that further, hey, we're going to start getting into hardware. Look at this, some of the, we're doing Facebook smartwatches that,
Yeah.
They had that like with the Facebook smart
Home.
watch,
oh, they
or
did
not
have
not a smartwatch, but a smartphone.
Yeah,
In a
it's like
smartphone
Facebook
with a
Home
had
or
a
something.
Facebook button.
It was a
It was
it was a
HTC.
partnership.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you're just like, really? I can't.
You're like, I've got
I
that
can't
on
just
my
get to my
Android.
lock screen and then hit the Facebook button. I have to have a button on my phone.
Addiction.
Seriously, I
Needs a
have
pacifier.
3 buttons on my device right now. 3. That's all I need. 3. Volume up, volume down, power on. That's it.
Yeah.
Very minimal.
They also bought.
I don't need
Facebook
any other
bought
instrument.
WhatsApp. You
Yes.
remember hearing
Now,
about that
okay.
too?
So here's the thing. With that, they were saying they're giving autonomy to them. They're
Yes.
not going to take over. They're not going to make decisions for
Right.
They're in charge. They're being owned by a bigger company.
Right.
So they're going conglomerate.
Yeah, I think so. But I don't know where this angle's going.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't get
It could
it.
be like a Procter and Gamble of
Yeah.
Maybe
techie
they,
stuff.
Right.
maybe they've gone full internet meme, and they're now buying all the things.
That's Zuckerberg has just got that like hand up. It's like, yeah.
All right. So I'll make the obvious points that it would seem that the internet and us initially felt, and that's that this doesn't make any goddamn sense.
No.
Like, it would have made more sense if Valve bought them. It would have
Oh,
made,
yeah.
would have made more sense if Microsoft or Sony bought them.
Yep.
And by Sony, I mean it would have made more sense had they not done their own VR and then
Right.
bought them.
Yeah.
That would have made a lot of sense to
Yep.
me. And it kind of even made sense if they would have bought them now and then crushed them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
They've done that to more than one tech
That's
before.
true. That's
Yes,
true.
they have.
So
True.
I could have seen that. That wouldn't have been good, but
No.
I could have seen that. That would have made sense. It isn't that this is necessarily a super bad move. It's just like a WTF.
Yeah,
like,
we're kind of just like,
what the
Yeah,
hell
it was,
is
it
this?
was it was left field for me. I had no idea.
And the
it was a good trip of acid is what it was.
Even-
it had to have been.
Yeah.
even Google or Amazon would make more sense to me.
Yes.
You know, and mostly because they've already done their own things, you know.
Right.
And if you're like, well, what's Amazon doing? If you're not aware that Amazon does more than just their
Oh
online
my gosh,
store,
they're huge now.
right? Exactly. They do all the video streaming, and they do a bunch of
Video streaming,
internet
Kindle stuff. That's hardware. They're into hardware
Yeah.
market.
right.
There's a
So-
set top box that they're planning on putting out.
Correct.
fairly
It's
soon.
coming soon, like
So
within
I mean,
the next
they're,
week or
they're
so.
getting into gadgets,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah.
and they've talked about. I mean, this is still sort of, I'm guessing, on a whiteboard somewhere, but they're talking about a console.
Yep.
You know,
They're
I don't know if it's going to be a
Their big
hardcore
thing-
console or whatever, but anyway, I could see that going, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Facebook thing is really a head scratcher on all fronts. The thing that gets me about this is, one, like you said, they are tinkerers with stuff that quasi already works, or
Yeah.
they'll make a security change and everybody's like, why God?
yes.
You know? And when you deal with people's games, people get, not me, but I mean, the internet
There's a
gets
lot of
really
rage.
angry when you
Yes.
mess with games. Like DRM, when that switched, and it really wasn't, I mean, looking back, it wasn't such a huge change. You know what I mean? Like, something had to happen.
Right.
But oh my God, the internet rage from slight changes of how you access your games or
Yes.
whatever, you know? I mean, it was just, so I'm worried for this. And I think there's only a couple avenues where this can be a good thing, you know? And they're kind of unlikely.
Unlimited resources for Oculus. I mean, that's the
roughly
the
but
perk.
How much is it going to be at that point when you already know that you've spent $400 million for something?
Yep.
And
Two-
you've- well, I know.
Or $2 billion an asset, really.
Yeah.
well,
I mean,
okay.
it's
so
not like they don't have
you're
an
still
accounting
gonna
department.
want some
Yeah.
sort of ROI on it.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're gonna be all over this
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
like up in its biz.
Yeah.
So here was the thing, like when I sat down to think about this and how do I really feel about it, you know, and like, do the numbers make sense? And 2 billion seems like a big
Yeah, it
number.
seems like
Why does Rift one out at this point when just this summer was supposed to be when it comes out?
Yeah.
And they were talking about a $300 to $500 price point for this. I believed it would be more in the $500 price range.
Well, for the 1080,
yeah.
that's my thoughts.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay,
500
so-
for that one, and then 350 for the other one.
So here's the thing: your phone isn't even at that high of resolution. You know what I mean? Is that one
1080.
1080?
1080, buddy.
Okay, so recent phones,
But, you
are
know,
at
it's
that level.
the-
How much does this cost without a plan?
4.
4. So you got to get 2 of them because it's 2 different screens.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
So 2 of them.
They will-
500 is an aggressive price
Yeah.
for,
What were they
for
saying?
breaking edge tech.
But they
or
were
bleeding
using an
edge tech.
S4, I think, for the dev version for that, right?
Yeah, but that was like 720.
Yeah, but still,
But yeah,
it's not bad.
you're right.
Mhm.
Right. So to put the whole thing together,
Yep.
it's still
Phone tech, and then Google's losing a loss on this. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it could be. And here's the thing. You know, Microsoft, when they came out with the Xbox 360, for the first like 2 years, and I'm sure I'm going to get quoted to hell on this and proven wrong or whatever, but
Yeah.
what I remember hearing was that for the first 2 years, they were actually selling the 360s at a loss.
Yeah. They took a bath.
And the idea was that they were hoping to make that up because they were getting cuts of the games.
There's a lot of that
and
going on, though.
that they expected a 7. It did end up going a 7 or 8 year cycle. So they ended up, you know, the remaining 6
Amazon,
years when
same
it
way
got
with
cheaper.
their Kindles.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they're all trying to get to somebody so that they can get them bought in to
the ecosystem.
right, and then you have access
Yes.
to all of that stuff.
Right, you
When
don't-
you sell
you don't
all
have-
those things like gold memberships, or
Yep.
Right.
you know, on Amazon, you have access to the
You don't,
books.
yeah, you don't
the
make your
tablets,
money
and
off
all
the
that other
console.
stuff.
So
you make
you-
your money
right.
off the add-on.
You think Facebook is going to do that with Oculus? They'll
I don't know.
try and
but
make
that
an
is that the
ecosystem.
worry is that in order,
Farmville, Facebook.
in order to
Oculus.
use this for this game, you have to buy the Facebook add-on for the game.
Or do you have to buy an Oculus Pass? You know what I mean?
Could
I don't
be.
know.
Could be.
Okay, so here's
That's what I mean.
here was what I was getting to
Yep.
with doing these numbers and thinking about this. So they bought it for $2 billion in assets. However you look at that,
Yeah.
right? If they were going to sell this for $500, right? And let's assume that let's go aggressive. We're talking about potentially it could even be at a loss, but let's say that they're making 10% profit even out of the gate, which
Okay.
I think that's really aggressive.
That's
Right, so $50 per unit.
Okay.
They would have to sell 40 million of them before Facebook broke even.
That's rough.
Jesus.
That's what I'm saying.
That ain't
so
gonna happen.
it leaves 2 options. They've either got to jack the price up,
Yep.
the selling price, or attachment. So they've got to do something where they're monetizing your interaction with it. Either you've got to watch commercials before you start a game, or you've got to something. Something has to
It's
happen.
gotta be ads, man. I'm telling you, it's gotta be ads.
Or do they? A lot of people are willing to pay a premium to not have commercials. Would you do Oculus?
Season pass.
Oculus Prime.
Yeah.
commercial pass for 2014.
Oh man.
And then you have to buy it every year.
Yeah. That's horrible, but it's a thought.
Yeah, the confusing thing here is if you look at their past purchases, they've kind of made sense. So they bought Instagram, which kind of makes sense.
Yep.
Social,
Social,
photos.
WhatsApp
is
social.
they bought is social network. It's messaging, and their messenger kind of sucks ass. But
Yes.
yeah. And then this one, really out of left field, no current application in any of their existing systems. But if you look back at WhatsApp, they paid what, 19
100 million.
No, it's 19.
They paid something. I
was
think they paid
stupid.
like
19
$19 billion.
What?
19
And-
billion.
No. That's too much. I guarantee it's less.
Well,
than
he'll look it up. But okay,
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
they paid some exorbitant amount for
Okay.
WhatsApp.
Yeah, it's a lot. It was
And
like
then they
200
paid,
million
like-
or something like that, but it wasn't.
If you're gonna
Anyway.
look at a product that you might feasibly make money off of with add-ons, Oculus is probably a lot more likely than WhatsApp.
Right.
WhatsApp is popular, but then you're looking at pretty much only either, ad revenue, which Facebook kind of already monopolizes a lot of the ad revenue stuff,
Yes.
or maybe I don't know.
I was going to say, my thought was, I think they're looking at socializing, or like looking at what's the next step for social networking, like FaceTime, that kind of thing.
But
or
with an
like,
Oculus on your face.
Well,
So I've heard this argument.
no, I know,
I've
but
heard
you
the-
would be in an avatar talking to somebody else.
19 billion.
19 billion.
19
Wow.
billion.
Ridiculous.
For
purchase. Everybody
WhatsApp?
was like, wow, why would you do that?
Holy God! So
So I'm
apparently,
wrong.
So maybe they don't have an accounting department.
no,
Oculus
seriously.
dropping a bucket at this point.
no, but think
No
about it.
CFO.
So Zuckerberg, maybe what he sees in this is that, I know you're saying like FaceTime, you don't see your face though, but maybe the next social step, he realizes that there's something beneficial about the avatar type
He
personas
does. He
we
sees
take
that,
on.
and then he put that in his announcement or whatever.
Yes.
He was saying, like, what if we live in a world where, you can just throw on some goggles
Yes.
and you leave your corporeal self
Yep.
here and you go elsewhere.
Oh, like
And he's
Oh,
seeing-
surrogates.
That's what I said, surrogates.
I was like,
Yeah.
remember that
Right,
Marvel
yes.
movie? I remember that one. Actually, it wasn't that bad. I was just.
I like that movie. I have terrible taste.
No.
I thought it was all right.
No, it was all right.
So, I don't know.
It made me feel horrible.
No,
that's why.
I see where he's going with that, and I think they're hoping for more avenues beyond gaming. But we're focusing on it in the gaming sense because
Yes.
we don't want to be cheated with it
Yeah.
on the gaming sense.
Yeah.
Because VR has been done many, many times.
And it's been
Look, I own a
ruined.
Virtual Boy, okay? It's been done.
I
There's
think
an
they know.
immersion thing.
We demoed it.
Yes.
Remember? We were
No,
demoing-
that was
It was totally the
something
opposite.
No,
like
it's
that.
totally dev unit.
Yeah, dev unit, definitely.
Okay.
So,
I can see where you're going with this. So like military.
well, I
You
don't
know,
know if
side of
it's
it.
just like he was thinking military, but I think he's thinking like in a science situation. Or say like classroom style.
Yeah.
Sell it to a bunch
virtual
of- If you
tours.
can get every single one of these bought into
You know
a
who's the
school-
last one to adopt a high tech
Classrooms, yeah. They're still using 486s in there, typing on their
Unless you
Windows
hand them
3.1.
out.
Yeah.
And then they'll adopt them like crazy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Macs, iPads, all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, those
They
are
should be
things.
hacking that stuff all over the place. I mean, what with XP being done?
Okay, so some plausible reasons for why there was some backlash towards the Oculus team themselves for selling out.
Yes.
Right.
It's a
why?
hate storm on the
It kind of
Kickstarter.
is,
Have
kind
you
of
gone
is.
to the Kickstarter and looked at?
No.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Okay, so the consensus.
It's
Some people were talking about not fulfilling the original vision of what they had promised before they sold out. They punched their we're out.
Yeah.
And really, what we're talking about here is the backers other than the crowdfunding were
Right.
really punching that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
They
getting-
wanted
getting
paid.
the hell out.
They want it paid.
The core team seems to still be working on it, although we don't know whether there's any that are
We've no
not staying or whatever. But we know at least
We
the
know
front
Carmack,
man,
yeah.
at least the front man's staying on with it.
Yes.
And it would be silly to drop that. But
yeah.
some people are saying, oh hey, the Oculus Rift crowdsourcing already fulfilled its duties because it provided the dev kits, and that's what you were backing. I say nay.
Nah.
They were selling those dev kits on the promise that
They would have an
develop,
open. Yeah,
you
open.
can develop this. There's gonna be a market for whatever it is you're developing.
Yes.
Right. So if that never comes to fruition, shame on the Oculus team. Really.
Yeah, agreed.
Um,
And that's I've had that when they first announced it. I was like, man, these backers are going to be upset because a lot of them were, they were dev backers. They're ones that bought the development edition of that with the Kickstarter, which is a lot more expensive.
Yes.
Because they get maybe one or two different versions throughout the whole life cycle of that whole initial dev thing with beta and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So they got an alpha version and they got a beta version and so on and so forth, so they can continue to progress their applications or whatever they're planning on using with that. And I have a huge problem with them backtracking on that by saying, well, that's all they paid for. No, they had the option that they were thinking that this was going to come to, like you said, fruition.
Yep.
And start really getting involved with that and starting a community based on it.
This sets a little bit of a dangerous precedent for
Agreed.
Kickstarters. Look,
Yes.
I'm going to say Kickstarters will. Some people were saying this will be the end of Kickstarters.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think Kickstarters will, that crowdfunding will freaking explode
Yep.
because of this. You know what I'm saying? $2 billion for a Kickstarter, that's pretty incredible. I think people will just start coming out of the woodwork and trying to get it so that they
Trying
can
all
get
kinds of new things.
to get
next-
acquired.
Yeah.
To get acquired.
Yeah.
And I think there will be a backlash after that might actually hurt Kickstarters.
Yeah.
Because even if
When
this
people
one,
start going years out and not getting their ROI.
because they sell.
Yeah.
Right.
So this one may still come to fruition. I mean, we're only a couple of months away from what would have been the deadline for Oculus Rift anyway. So it may come out. It might just be different. I fear that future Kickstarters could do the same thing. They get it to a point that they can sell, and then the project gets dropped because it's not part of the company that acquired it. It's not part of their core values,
Right.
which is what worries me about Facebook. It's not part of the core value.
Yeah.
Well, it's not part of their team, and if he's keeping it autonomous, then they can't rely on that team to do stuff. You know what I mean? Like, if they were trying to connect things, if Microsoft would have bought it, we would have known that it would have been an Xbox exclusive at that point.
Right.
But maybe
For the most
Xbox
part.
and PC. Microsoft has
Yeah.
done hardware for
That's true.
Windows before.
But like, if Sony would have gotten it, there's
They'd
no
have crushed
way.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those kinds of things. Google.
Well,
Google
no,
would have
in
been probably
hindsight, we
better.
know because of the
Well, with the
PlayStation stuff, but yeah.
Yeah.
Still.
So
Yeah, we'll have to see.
we'll have to see what happens there. Did you have something?
Yeah,
I was
you
gonna
have
say,
something there, Chris?
totally pulling this out of the rectal region.
That's a good region. That's a good region.
I have no idea exactly what I'm saying here, so completely don't pay attention to
This
it.
sounds riveting.
Yes.
If Zuckerberg is
Go on, tell
as
me
rich
more.
as he is on paper and not actually like liquid asset,
Yeah.
and he wants to see Oculus succeed, he likes where it's going, may have some ideas, may at some point want some input.
Yep.
Is this a route for him to buy Oculus for himself under the Facebook umbrella and to keep himself either this gives him the ability to pay as much as he wanted to pay for it and kind of keep some liability away from himself.
You're saying rich guy fun stuff. Is that what
You know what
yeah.
though? I was going to say this earlier. It would have made more sense if Zuckerberg himself had bought this.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm wondering.
he has to answer to Facebook at this. You know what I mean?
If Zuckerberg, like I said, on paper, can't afford to buy it outright. If he can't afford it himself,
yeah.
does Facebook give him the ability to buy these things that he wants?
Yeah, maybe.
And then, either he really does want to see what happens with it. So he's like, look, you guys have money, you're backed, get it done, do it. I want to see the end of it. I want to see how it comes out. Mm-hmm. And if it comes out and is great and everybody loves it, then he kind of comes in and says, well, hey, welcome to Facebook, guys. We love your product, and we're going to tell you what to put in it now.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's a good
But
thought.
that's the worry for us gamers.
Is
Yeah.
that it alters?
All the people that have had this backlash
That
is-
they've altered the deal.
altered the deal.
Deal.
Yeah,
Pray
It's
they
a
don't
very
alter it
Vader
further. Yeah.
shit going on, and you're
Yeah.
just like, wait a minute, not sure if serious.
Honestly, we won't know until we
know.
start seeing what happens with the product.
But it still releases
Well, here's
in
the
summer.
thing: if that does happen, all of those people that backlashed, they're totally redeemed or whatever. They're
That's
their
justification.
And
Facebook
at
bought
that
it
point, Facebook buying anything else, it's dead.
Yeah.
Done.
They already
Done.
have a nasty track record, like with Zynga and
Yeah.
a bunch
Yeah.
of other the
Zynga's
Flash game
floundering.
Yeah.
that Facebook bought, and then
And see, what worries me
Squeeze the
about some
shit
of
out
that
of it.
stuff is that Facebook is a public company. Now, I know I said it would make more sense if Google or Amazon or Microsoft bought them, but because they would be self-interested in bringing that to market, it is aligned with their core value.
Mm-hmm.
What worries me about Facebook buying this and being a public company, if Facebook was still private,
Yeah.
Totally
okay, I think they can pull off the conglomerate thing then, but with it being public, they've got to answer to shareholders and the board of directors on whether this division is profitable or not.
Okay.
And will it go the same way as Zynga,
Right.
I don't know. But okay, so another question. Go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say, I have a question for all of you guys. Would you still buy an Oculus at this point?
It depends on what the
would
deal
really,
is.
Really
Yeah.
have to wait till it comes out.
That's
and see
the
some
hard
reviews
part.
and-
Is that I would have pre-ordered.
I was
had
ready actually
I
this
was
summer. I was
pretty
gonna,
much. I was
pretty
gonna
much
pre-order.
replace my monitor setup with.
And
an
I held
Oculus.
off. I bought a bigger monitor, but I was gonna buy 3 monitors and then a couple, and a new double vid card.
They have to really
And
do
I was-
some work to get good.
At this point now, I was like, maybe I'll just hold off now.
Yeah, I think the only way you're going to get people to continue to buy in is it really is going to have to come out and be what it was going to be.
Yeah.
And
If
slam it. And better.
anything beyond maybe like a powered by or paid
I
for
know.
by Facebook
You know
on
what?
the side.
I don't care if the device is blue and has an F on it.
Yeah,
I don't.
right,
care.
no.
I don't care about
Functionality-wise,
that, yeah.
you can't be tethered to Facebook. You can't be tethered to any kind of ad service that's built into the device. The
Yeah,
device
right.
has to be neutral.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then if all you can get is Facebook branded apps, wait for somebody to homebrew it, and then you're good.
At this point, I can't justify pre-ordering it.
Mm-mm.
I can't. I'll have to wait, and that is not good for early adoption.
Yeah.
If you're not getting pre-orders, it's going to be stagnant for the first, because everybody's going to be timid with it. We're
Yeah.
timid and we're kind of techie guys. So.
Yeah, like this is stuff that we would be all over. And I hear good things about every person that has actually physically
said that,
tried
like,
one.
all
Is
the
like,
dev
it
kits and
is
stuff.
the
Yeah.
next generation of
Yeah.
where we should be going
It's awesome.
in
So-
games and everything.
The other thing I thought about is what are some legitimate reasons that Oculus would want to do this, other than
Cash out.
other than cashing out. And I think, what if? So they kept talking about with each iteration they kept talking about trying to get the latency lower and lower, and it was going to cost more and more to get the latency down.
Mm-hmm.
What if they realized, hey,
We can't
4 months out,
350 price point. We can't hit that.
350 or
and get
500 or
or
whatever.
We can't hit that right now with the latency the way it is.
And so what they did is they went to their this is a total conjecture thing. I don't know that this is what happened, but
Right.
what it would make sense to me if they went to their original investors. I'm sure it's a pool of investors,
Yep.
and they said, "Hey, we need some more money to take this the last step." And they're like, "I'm
give me
capped.
lots
This
of
is
money."
right.
Yeah.
This is a 2-year project now. I kind of like to start seeing a return." And so if they hit a wall there, and they can't go back to Kickstarter at this point,
Right.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So what options do they have if that's what they ran into? If they did, then a deal like this makes sense.
Yep.
I just wish it was somebody else.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
And I had seen, I think one of the stories I looked at had said that at one point, not maybe sometime in the last year, they had actually kind of come to a halt as far as development went because they kind of ended up being strapped for cash as far as development costs went. So they kind of had to slow down a bit because they were outpacing what they had to spend. And, so when you start having to worry about, well, are we going to have enough money to finish this? Are we going to have enough money to do the next generation or a to-market generation that we want to fix these bugs? Then, yeah, behind the scenes, you start going, we don't want to be like, hey, somebody give us lots of money, but you kind of have to be like, we need money.
Yeah.
Right. Because you got to finish it.
Yeah.
4 months out, that thing needs to go in production, or 4 to 6 months out, that thing needs to be going into production like in a month or two, So who knows? We'll see what happens. The scary thing about this is the Sony one, Project Morpheus, is starting to look better
Nice.
and better
Yeah,
and better
yeah,
now. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll have to save that one for another conversation.
It's still single screen. It's
Yeah.
Sony branded, so I mean it's gonna last for about 65 days, so it goes just past
And
the
then-
warranty.
Right, and then it
Sony
stops
timer?
working.
It's
Yes,
not Sony
the
timer,
timer.
yeah.
Yes, like a Kia. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got that. All right. Well, let us know what you guys' thoughts are about the Facebook acquisition, and if you want to check out any of our other stuff, you can do that at FAPcast. That's our Twitter handle, if you will. Twitters. We occasionally tweet a few things, maybe a few pictures, and always the podcast is posted pretty much weekly, bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly podcast.
Bi-weekly podcast, yes, on our iTunes there. Go to the Facebook, like us there if you haven't already, and like all our videos because we love you guys.
And they're awesome. I mean, it seems fair enough.
Fairly.
It's a no-brainer, really.
Awesome,
Fairly.
if you will.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
Deuces.
So,
Quick
Chris,
add on here, yeah. We
didn't
got
you-
we got a hold of a Facebook demo kit for the new Oculus branded, Facebook branded.
you
Oculus,
made
so-
a quick video of your time with it. You only
Yeah.
got one day with it before you had to send it back?
Yeah, I had to send it back, and you know they were real cool about the whole NDA. They were like, yeah, go ahead and show it. So yeah, we'll splice it in here.
Mm-hmm.
So check out the video. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a preview here of the new Facebook branded Oculus. This should be pretty slick. I think we're gonna try playing some Battlefield 4. Oh, that's a nice little branding. That little F in the rift. That's pretty cool. All right, let's get. What the fuck? Really? I have to log in here? I'm wearing a damn headset. How the hell am I supposed to? Fuck. I'm sure I've got a keyboard right here somewhere. Let me see if I can. I think that's the cat. That's not a keyboard. That's not gonna do any good. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is the keyboard. Okay, fingers on home row. Let's try. Okay, here we go. There's an I. I love. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, Oculus at fatmail.com. All right, and now password. 1-800-puppies. Yeah, that's my favorite phone number to call. Okay, then enter key. I guess will make this. Okay, enter. Oh, good. Oh, what the? God damn it! This thing needs permissions. The hell am I supposed to click the permissions button? This doesn't make any. You know what? Actually, I remember seeing something in the manual. I think you just stare at the allow button and. Oh, cool. There it goes. Yeah, allow. Wow, that's really big. Those notifications are gonna be huge. How the hell am I? Oh, okay. Apparently, it's just gonna pop up right over top of the gameplay. Oh, fucking hate meetings. It's totally right. That meme is shit. The dude's fucking busted though. All right, let's quit screwing around here. And we'll head on in here and get some killing going. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, what the fuck? I'm out of playtime? The hell do you mean I'm out of playtime? That doesn't make any. Really? I'm gonna have to ask friends for playtime to play this stupid game. No, this is not gonna work. No, I'm not gonna beg my friends for playtime. That's stupid. What? What? You kidding me? I do not want to take a survey to get playtime. I just want to play the goddamn game. Why don't we do something entirely different? You can shove this all up your ass, and I want to get back to playing the game. No, do not do that. No. God damn it. This will not. Are you serious? I can't fucking play this game? I'm not going to watch a goddamn ad to play this stupid game. You're fucking killing me, Facebook. No. Fuck no. No, 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 no. Oh, God. Holy shit. Are you. Really? Just. Really? Microtransactions. I have to pay to play the goddamn game. No, we're out. Nope, eject. I'm out. Nope, fuck this. And we're back. That was friggin' awesome, wasn't it?
I can't
that is the
wait
greatest
to know.
video.
Fuck.
I'm out. Yeah.
Yep.
Am I in the camera? Okay.
Camera.
Alright.
Anything. My fat ass is too far in camera.
Too far on camera?
We're gonna use a red filter for
Chris's body's
yeah,
filtered out.
We're gonna use a red filter for the chroma key.
Up like wrap my arms behind something like Chris's head is here today.
Floating head.
No. We're gonna say that, and you like watch this cloaking device, and we'll activate the chroma key, and you like pull in your arms, and you.
Activate the cloaking device.
And it just says amazing. It's like some blue, and that's it.
Yeah. That would be hilarious.